Hello, welcome to the Afrocentric Woman. Hope that you're well. I'm gonna chat while I do my hair. It's gonna be like a sort of a get ready with me because I have a date today. I have a date this evening with a gentleman, and I need to start getting ready for it because I have a lot of logistics to coordinate in order to get everything just right for this evening. Please do let me know how the audio is sounding as you come in. Please be so kind as to like the video. Oh, I wanted to add but oh, here it is. Hi, welcome in, welcome in. Uh, So if anybody wants to support the channel, they can. I have know how. Now you know how. Um, all right, I want to talk about I saw the very brief clip of something that happened, and before I saw that clip, I saw someone with an incriminating um I saw somebody with an incriminating title for their YouTube video, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't care what this girl did, okay? I don't care what she did. I didn't see anything. I don't know what they're talking about. And they say, "Oh, Afrocentric woman, you didn't see the video?" No, I don't. I didn't see anything wrong. I didn't. I don't know what you guys are talking. Listen, I don't know allegedly what happened, but what I can say about that devil that was um, that devil that's complaining, I can say that he had an ass whooping coming a long fucking time ago. I can say that. I can say that he deserves to get his ass whooped. That much I do know definitively. I definitively know that he needs to get his ass whooped. Now the rest of it, I can't corroborate. I don't know what you're talking about. Didn't see nothing, don't know nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Um, Now ladies, let's get on code here, okay? We need to get on code because these bandits do not need our assistance in incriminating a black woman about any damn thing, okay? They don't need your help. They don't need our help doing that. So for fodder and for commentary and for channels and clicks and views, you don't need to incriminate a black woman to give the dusties. You don't need to lay out their case for them. They're not very smart. They're not very intellectual, and they literally can't file no paperwork or do anything or have the fucking wherewithal to do a damn thing without black women laying out the blueprint for them. So your silence is really needed in this time. We don't need you analyzing play by play, moment by moment, screenshot by screenshot, second by second, download by download, every single thing and analyzing who, what, who's culpable, da, 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 da. We don't need that right now, okay? This is one of them times where you didn't see nothing, don't know nothing, you don't know, no comment, okay? When something goes down, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, okay, you in the neighborhood and you know good and well Tyrone be running around on Tanisha. He be running around on her, sleeping with different people, going upside her head, doing all kinds of just crazy stuff. And finally, Tanisha go upside Tyrone's head with a frying pan. Tyrone get knocked out cold. The police come to you and ask you, excuse me, ma'am, we're canvassing the neighborhood right now. We just want to know if you witnessed this alleged victim. Did you witness the assault? Can you let us know what happened? Okay, this is the time where you say, I don't have a comment, or I need to speak with my attorney before I can give you a statement. Okay? Don't incriminate Tanisha. Leave Tanisha in peace. How long did Tyrone have that frying pan coming upside his head? How long should that have happened? This is the time where you just be quiet. You don't necessarily have to jump in and attack Tyrone. You don't have to do a damn thing. But your silence would be helpful, you know? Everything that is moral is not necessarily legal. Okay? Everything that is legal is not necessarily moral. That's a fact. So you have to use your discernment and know what's moral, what's right, what should happen, what shouldn't happen, and act accordingly. And sometimes just being quiet is the thing to do. But definitely don't put in your YouTube channel, don't put on the YouTube title to incriminate a black woman. Don't do that. Not if she's not hurting another black woman. If no black women were harmed in the situation, then be quiet. Quiet and silence is the best way to go. It's the best way to go. Just stay out of it. Stay out of it. Pull Tanisha to the side and have a conversation with her to assist her in the matter, but do it behind the scenes. Don't do it in front of the scenes. Do it behind the scenes. We need to start moving a bit more cohesively and more strategically, more savvy. Okay, we need to stick together because these bandits, they always stay on code when it comes to stuff like that. How many egregious things do they do and nobody fucking says a thing? All the good black men are quiet. Why don't the good black men come out and condemn the bad black men? Why? Why do you think that is? Why do you think the good black men, all these abundance of good black men, supposedly, why don't they come out and condemn the bad black men? Or when they do egregious things? Why are they quiet on all these cases? Why are they quiet? Because they have a code. They do not throw each other under the bus. They do not provide ammunition for anybody formed against their toxic brotherhood. They don't. It helps. I don't know what it helps, but we need to create our own version of silence when it's necessary. Everything doesn't necessarily need commentary, especially when legalities are in play. You don't need to add on all this extra stuff. You don't. It's not helpful. It's really not helpful. Maybe we do need an etiquette class. I'm not saying we don't. Maybe we do, but now's not the time for that. Now's not the time for that. Maybe you do it later and it make it be totally unrelated or something like that. Or maybe you speak in code or something like that. Maybe that's the answer, but definitely don't need to be giving out this type of etiquette classes right now. But sometimes, the moral thing is sometimes people have stuff coming. And it doesn't necessarily have to be this way or that way or the right way or the perfect way or the, favorable way, because it don't always happen the way you want things to happen. Oh, that's not how it always be. Now, if you've been listening to the channel for a while, I have a video that I recorded maybe over a year ago at this time called Don't Argue with Dusties. And I really do honestly live by that mantra. I don't argue with Dusties. I really don't even find myself in the same space as them very often because I just don't want to be bothered. I don't care what they think. And it's one thing to say that you don't care what they think and then be over there all the time arguing with them about what they think. And it's another thing to say, I really don't care what they think, and then literally not be over there talking about what they think because I literally don't care. I don't care. I don't care. So I'm rarely ever within any type of vicinity of them. Like it just my everyday life and the places that I choose consciously to go, they're never there. So I avoid most things. And if by chance we cross paths and they have something that they disagree, I don't care. You're free to disagree. I'm like, okay, you think I'm a gold digger? Okay, fine, I'm a gold digger. That's fine. Anything else? Oh, nobody wants you. Okay, that's great. Nobody wants me. Meanwhile, I'm getting ready for a date right now. So I really don't care. Like, I don't, you know, I don't care. I don't care what they think. It would be great if all of us did, but everybody gets to wherever they need to go at the right time, whenever they need to. Of course, we want it to happen now, but it doesn't always happen when you want it to happen. That's just not how it goes. But we need to talk about how to stay on code for Black women. When no Black women are harmed in a situation, we don't have to um, inject extra commentary. It's just not necessary. And then be scolding the Black woman. Yeah, could it? I mean, yeah, could it have been another way, another better way? Sure. But it is what it is at this time. And now is not the time. You don't want people taking your sound bites and using it for this and that because uh, no Black women were the object. The Black woman was not a, what am I trying to say here? The alleged victims are not Black women. So what the hell do we need to be scolding any alleged aggressor for when it doesn't have we don't have a dog in that fight. We don't have a dog in that fight. It's not our business, really. Like, why would you lay out a case for a bandit? Why? Why? It's not worth the views. It's really not. It just seems like, to me, it's what I would call dry snitching. You know, it's kind of like, well, I think this is how I would do it, and this was she was wrong, and girl, listen, silence is golden. Silence is golden. Didn't see nothing. Don't know nothing. Don't have no opinion about it. Now, sometimes you can slide into people's DMs and say, hey, this is how I would maneuver this situation. Try this, try that, try this, try that. If you need help, reach out. And I've done that. Um, I'll do a video because, like, there was this one girl on here who was begging for this bandit to come on her channel, and I knew it was going to be a disaster. But the thing about it is, like, nobody listens to me because I don't have enough subscribers, so they just ignore me. So I just I stopped telling people stuff. Like, what's the point if you don't like you don't want to listen? Like, I know I don't have a lot of subscribers, but that doesn't mean I don't know a bunch of things. It doesn't mean, like, what I do know, I know well. Subscribers does not equal strategy, nor does it equal intelligence when it comes to life. Maybe YouTube. This is a hobby channel. I really don't invest a lot of energy in, like, analytics and things of that nature. So when it comes to SEO and YouTube algorithm expertise, yeah, I really don't have the most expertise in that. But when it comes to bandits and narcissism, I am your girl. Okay, I will tell you what it is. So this woman was sitting up here begging for this bandit to come on her channel, and he showed his natural Black ass, as I knew he would. And I was gonna text her. I was gonna drop into her DM, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna let her experience this herself because I'm constantly ignored, and I'm not even gonna waste my breath. I'm just not even gonna waste my breath. Just you go on and have him on your channel since you're begging for him to come on there. Then go ahead and have him on there, and then he embarrassed her, as I knew he would. I knew he would. I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, it made me think to myself, well, maybe I should resume contacting people and just risk being ignored. Sometimes I'll be, just be prepared to be ignored. But if I am ignored, they can't say that nobody warned them. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that nobody warned you. You can't say that you didn't know. You can't say, oh, I was ignorant, I didn't know. No, you knew. Somebody told you. But, maybe you ignored them. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that Um, Dry snitching is not going to be helpful for us as a collective moving forward from a strategy point of view. Okay. There are going to probably be some collisions and clashes down the line because um, as we continue to go, they're getting more desperate. They're getting more desperate, and the more people ignore them, the more outrageous they're getting. Like they keep raising the stakes on like the theatrics and like the circus of it all. The circus of it all. It's just getting more intense, getting more violent. It's getting more irrational. It's becoming way more hostile. That's just they keep upping the ante. Like just the simple insults at this point in time are not enough. So they have to up the ante, up the ante, up the ante. And um, so I will, maybe look forward to. I would be vigilant about, clashes in the future. Um, so we need to prepare about how to respond or not respond. Like what will be the aftermath of said, uh, clashes and collisions on the situation. And I think furthermore, um, it would be very helpful to continue to direct Black women away from dangerous situations, encouraging them not to walk into the lion's den. I call it like these women are like windmilling in the comments. I'm in this one group and there's all these really, really smart Black women, very smart, many of them very, very, very smart and intelligent. And they're constantly windmilling in the comment sections, you know, and just really going toe to toe intellectually with Dusties. And the interesting thing is like it's almost like they're having an argument with themselves because these bandits don't have anything original to say. There's all these grammatical errors, um, just very unintelligent, very rudimentary, very very third grade level. And these ladies, and I'm just like, ma'am, listen, I don't know if this is a self-worth thing or what, but you have to understand that you are beyond even being in the vicinity of this type of people. Like you just don't even need to be anywhere over here. Even if you're saying, oh, I have a good message, I'm trying to expose them or whatever. It's not like, no, you don't understand. Get it through your head that they don't want to be reformed. They don't want to be reformed. They don't want to change. And in order to get a reaction, things are just going to get more and more and more and more and more crazy. Like as far as the things that they're willing to say to you are going to become more and more and more and more crazy. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm remembering what really sobered me up. Years ago, I had moved to this city where like I graduated college and I moved to this city because I got like an entry level job and I was like, starting my life. I was trying to make friends in the city and I ended up meeting this girl. And we met to go ride our bikes. And being a Black girl on a bike, oh my God, that's really hard. So I hate going through Black areas. I really, really did. Like it just like literally made me not want to ride my bike as much as I would like to because of all the catcalling and harassment on the street. Um, yeah, that's another story. But anyway, I was riding my bike with this girl. She was to her, to harass her, but this guy's like saying something um really derogatory towards me. So I flipped him off. And he was saying some stuff, I don't know what, because I'm on my bike and I'm like kind of leaving him in the dust or whatever. So I don't really hear what he's saying. And we're just like literally, we went everywhere that day. Like we literally rode our bikes all freaking day. And I ended up coming back. And I think he was homeless black male. He probably was in his 50s, who knows, maybe 40s, but just lived a rough life. I don't remember. I'm in my early 20s at the time. This man was beyond vulgar. He was like vile. He was like, that was you, you B, you you flipped me off when I was trying to give you a compliment. Um, he was like cussing me out from his soul. He was like, I'll K you. I'll I'll R you. I'll K you. And after I R you, I'll pee on you. Um, he was just going off like it was like a demon. This guy was a demon. He's literally possessed by the devil. And I'm new to that city, but keep in mind, before I moved to that city, I lived in another city where I went to college. And I remember one time this younger black guy tried to talk to me, and I told him I had a boyfriend, and he pushed me into the street in oncoming traffic. These guys are really demons. And so this guy's just going off. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna call his bluff. Like I'm gonna take this at face value. He's saying he would K me, R me, and P on me and do all of these things. I'm just gonna believe him. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just gonna believe all of them are capable of this. Like I'm just gonna keep my distance. Like we can't have friendly, banter. We can't like, oh, I don't want this kind of smoke in my life. You know, I'm not the type of person to call somebody's bluff. If you say you're gonna do it, I'm gonna just believe you, and that's just it. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh no, he'd never do that. No, if you say you're gonna do it, then I'm gonna believe you're gonna do it. I need to get as much distance away from you as I possibly can, and be ready to call 911. Okay, period, point blank. And in fact, I think I mean I'm in my early 20s at that time. Me now, if somebody said it to me, I'm calling 911 immediately. I feel threatened for my life, period. Like, I wouldn't hesitate to call 911 now. But back then, I think as a 20 something, I maybe have been like 22 at the time, maybe 23, I don't remember. But I was just trying to wrap my mind, like, I can't believe this guy is making these threats to me like this. And he's like really serious about it. He was like foaming at the mouth, just totally demonic. And, even though I was still kind of caught up in black male worship at that time, I still knew that that was very demonic. I took it seriously and I changed how I interact with random black males on the street or just random black men in general that like I don't know. I know because I saw the viciousness in his eyes. And had I made the wrong move, I think that this guy would have mauled me in the streets. I I knew what they were capable of from a random woman that they don't even know. The vitriol that is inside of them that can be unleashed at any moment, even though I was caught up in black male worship, even though I did not have the courage or even the thought process to like call the police and report what had happened, what this guy was saying that he was going to do to me, I still took it serious. I took it very serious, and I knew that they're capable of doing this, and that I act accordingly in the street and in dealing in random dealings because I know what's possible. So when I see women online and they're like, "Oh yeah, I was listening to Chrissy or I was listening to Cynthia G, at the gas station in my car and these Dusties pulled up and they were looking at me crazy and I just turned it up." I'm like, "Well, okay, I just like I don't know why would you do that? Like I don't know because In a perfect world, you should be able to listen to whatever you want to in your car and turn it up, but you know that Chrissy and Cynthia G are very triggering for these bandits. And they don't value life. They don't value their own life, which is why they have a high S rate, it's growing S rate. And it's why that they engage in, you know, they engage the police the way they do, because many times they have this idea, especially if they've ever been to jail, or if they've ever been to prison and they don't want to go back, they would rather be off. They would rather be off. And they'll tell you that if you listen to them. Maybe I listen to a lot of crime TV, but I've heard them say many times, I pulled it out because I didn't want to go back to prison. I would rather go meet my maker than go back to prison. So they don't even value their own life. So someone who doesn't value their life, don't you think that they would take you out without a moment's notice, without even thinking about it? And what point are you trying to prove? Oh, I listen to these content creators and I can play it loud as I want. Okay, sis, we can put that on your tombstone. She died listening to so and so. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? The confrontation in and of itself is not worth it. You're not dealing with regular human beings here. You're dealing with a group of people who have shown over and over and over again, time and time again, that they don't value life. They don't value your life, their life, children's life, grandmama's life, grandfather. No, they don't care. So they will take you out in a heartbeat. They will take you out over $200. They'll take you out over a dime sack. It don't matter. They will do it. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't think it's worth it. Like if I'm listening to a content creator in my car and I'm pulling up somewhere and I always turn it down. I absolutely do. I absolutely turn it down because it's nobody's business what I'm listening to. And I know that some of these people, especially Sinji, is extremely triggering to these bandits. Extremely. It's like those are fighting words. You could just say the word Cynthia G and they're ready to fight you. They are ready to fight you. They have declared you an enemy and they will be ready to fight you. They won't fight, they won't fight Zaddy, but they will fight a woman. Okay? They will square up with a whole woman with a dress on and some heels. They will square up and they won't feel bad about it because they see themselves as women. So they have no problem fighting women, but they will not fight the dominant male society, but they will fight you. So you have to understand that. And because I'm not saying it's fair, it's not fair, but it's life. And we have to deal with the situation as we have. We have to deal with the situation as it's been dealt to us. Not how we want it to be, not how it should be, not how in the perfect world, in a desired world, in a fantasy world, in a new world, in a future world, but in the world that we live in today. That's the situation that we have. That is the climate that we are living in. That's the kind of climate that we're living in. So we have to act accordingly. We have to act accordingly to be safe. I've always advocated for safety on this channel and to have strategies to be safe. When going out into the world, living your life, dating, navigating different situations, safety first. We're living in a climate where, safety is at the utmost. And that's why I really chose to go the path of why is that word not wanting to come out today? I chose to be anonymous because, I had friends, or I wouldn't call them friends, I would call them like YouTube affiliates or associates or acquaintances who have been doxxed, online and stuff like that, and harassed their family, trying to call their job and stuff like that. And so I just didn't want to put my family in jeopardy or, my clients in jeopardy, people that I serve in jeopardy because of, psychopathic bandits online with nothing better to do than to try to inflict harm on people. So It's important to just try to do whatever we can. That nothing is 100%, but just try to do as much as we can to minimize, take ourselves out of the line of fire. Yeah, yeah, this is important. Don't mess with people with someone who has nothing to lose. Just listen out loud. No, no, no. Our lives matter. Yes. Yeah, don't a lot of times these guys don't have anything to lose. And if they've ever been to jail or prison, they definitely don't want to go back. And many of them would rather be sent to meet their maker than go back to prison. They just don't want to go. So that's like the worst kind of people. So the interesting thing about, and you know what, actually, I don't know if I need to do a whole story time about this. Um, I don't know if I need to do a whole story time about this. Maybe I will, but I'll tell you a brief synopsis now. I knew this woman who was pregnant, and this was maybe about let's say about a year and a half ago. She was pregnant, and she discovered that her bandit had was cheating on her again, and siphoning money away from the household to other women, and had already given her STDs in the past. And she basically was at her wit's end, and was like, I really want to get out of this relationship. It's just too much stress on me. I'm pregnant. I can't handle this stress. And this bandit attacked her and knocked her unconscious. And she at this time was about, it was 6 or 7 months pregnant when he did this. And she was kind of in and out of consciousness, but she couldn't move, but she could hear, but she couldn't move. And she said that this bandit was pacing back and forth and back and forth. And he was like, I can't go back. I can't go back. I just got to kill her. I just got to kill her. I can't go back. I can't go back. And she said she willed herself back into consciousness. He came over and he felt her that she still had a pulse. And so he was thinking to himself if he was just going to finish the job and just kill her. And ultimately, she's still here. In fact, I was thinking about her the other day. I might give her a call and see how things are going. But what he was contemplating was like not going back to prison because he's a felon. So the interesting thing about these bandits and like people in general, they're like, oh, and I'm like, no, I don't. That's not good advice to give Black women. That's not a good advice to give Black women because what is the repeat offense rate of these felons and convicts and stuff? Like they re-offend all the time, and many of them would rather send you to meet your maker, send themselves to meet their maker before going back to prison. So that would be like the worst possible choice in a mate. It would be the worst possible choice. Now people want to start being like, oh, what about society? Society's not fair. Oh, they're picked up more often than other people for the same offenses. Blah, blah, blah. That's not our problem. Okay? That's not our problem. We cannot make our individual dating, mating, and marriage choices based off of society's woes. No, each Black woman needs to make the best decision for herself individually. Okay, it is not our job through our womb, through our affection, through who we choose to invest our time and energy in. It's not our job to rehabilitate them. It's not our job, and it's not our job as women to use our womb, our body, our love, our femininity to rehabilitate society, and to right every single wrong that's wrong with America, every single wrong. We have to be the ones to no, fuck that shit. We don't have to do that. That's not our job. It's not our job. We've already resigned from that shit. That's not our job. Listen, on an individual basis, the worst possible choice in mate that you could pick is an ex-felon for the reason that I just named. This is not some fairy tale shit I'm making up. And this is not something that I heard on the news or I, saw on YouTube. No, this is a real woman in my life that I had to walk through this whole process with her. Restraining order, um, filing for divorce, not feeling safe at home, because it's like when you're literally, she was being stalked. When you are being stalked, all you have is a piece of paper. Do you know how terrifying that is? And you're pregnant. You can't even sleep at night because you know that that bandit knows every crevice of your home. Even if they wanted to stand outside and shoot through the window, that you know they can do it because they know where the bed is. They know every single thing in that house. They know they know your routine. Do you know how terrifying that was for her? And then as somebody on the outside looking in, you just feel so helpless. Like, what can I do? Like, I don't have enough money to move you and your family somewhere safe. If I had it, I would do it. Because really that was what was needed. She just needed a whole new start, a whole new identity, new car, new everything, because she's being stalked by someone who tried to kill her. And unfortunately, in my municipality, in the municipalities around me, and I hear it resoundingly all across this country, domestic violence rules are so lax. Why was he not booked for attempted murder? Why is it a simple assault to beat a pregnant woman to unconsciousness? Why is that not attempted murder? Because it's done in the house. So if she had just been randomly walking somewhere and got into something with, I don't know, somebody at the mall, maybe they would have said, oh, that's a major felony assault. Oh, that's attempted murder or whatever. But because it happens in the home with someone it's a whole different set of rules. Now it's a simple domestic dispute. It's just a simple battery. How many times do bandits get out with simple fucking battery and they're back on the street the next day? And many times they finish the job and take the woman out, the kids out, the unborn baby out too. Or sometimes they get out on simple battery, get in their car and drive down the street in Wisconsin during the parade and maul a bunch of grannies in silver sneakers. Like, I just don't know, like, the level of frustration that I have with these laws around violence inside the home is very frustrating. It's very frustrating. But we need to see them for who they are. We need to see them for what it is, period. And act accordingly. Make the best decision for yourself and think before you speak. Think before you speak, especially when it comes to Black women. I think I have a video. I'm trying to think if I did a standalone video or if I just included it with something else. But this needs to be the code. Be on the Black woman's side first. Get the details later. Okay? Side with the Black woman first. It don't matter what the fuck is going on. I don't care what she did. Side with the Black woman first and investigate later. Figure out everything after the fact. Or if you can't stand with her primarily, just be quiet. Just be quiet. But that's just how we have to move. We just have to get used to it. It needs to be a knee-jerk reaction. It needs to be the default. The default is, she's right. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see nothing. I don't know nothing. I can't say. I wasn't there. I need my lawyer first. I'm blind in my left eye. I got a cataract. I didn't have my contacts on. I didn't see. I didn't hear. I got fluid on my ear. I didn't hear I don't know. And then we investigate and then we figure out how we gonna do, what we gonna do, how we gonna do it. Okay. We'll figure that out on the back end. But in the meantime, I'm standing with her. She might be ghetto. That's fine. She might cuss every other word. Okay. That in the meantime, I'm gonna stand with her. I'll figure out the rest later. I'll figure it out later after the fact. Okay. Now, if it involving an open enemy, I don't give a fuck what she did. Okay. Period. Motherfucker didn't wage war on us for the past 10 years. And you want to criticize it, gotta be like this, it gotta be like that, gotta be perfect, it gotta be pristine, against an open enemy, man, fuck him. Again, if you in the hood, if you in Walmart or Target or wherever, and Tyrone is giving it to Tanisha, and Tanisha go upside, you again, you ain't seen it, you don't know nothing. Don't know. Can't say. We'll figure it out later. Period. Anywho, I got a lot to do in 30 minutes. I have a date today. I know I have not done a roster update in a very long time because I've been having a roster shakeup of sorts. So I really haven't had like a ton to report. And I've been talking about other things. So um we'll see. But I need to get ready for my date. I just wanted to chat with y'all while I got ready. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Um, yes, I know, but I had a hard time pronouncing it. Please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much, Daisy Duke. Thank you. I will. Girl, you know, anyway, I'll report back. I'll report back and let y'all know what's going on. I don't want to say I'm excited because y'all men have taught me not to be excited about ish until it's in your hand, okay? Until it's in my bank account, until I have it in my hand. I don't want to say I'm excited um, because I've learned better than that. But I'll report back to y'all and let y'all know how it goes. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Peace and love. Bye.